Sharing is good, silence is better. Caution in dealing with the information we disclose about ourselves does not hurt in principle. There are enough contemporaries out there who don't mean us well that we should consider keeping mum about certain things. Some even go so far as to deliberately gather facts about us in order to use them against us if necessary. Any information we divulge about ourselves can mutate in the wrong hands. This is not nice and does not speak for mankind, but unfortunately corresponds to the life experience of many, and therefore also to the facts. We don't have to go to the English, French, or Japanese extreme where certain topics are absolutely taboo in dialogue with each other, but some areas of your private life are better left private. We would like to introduce 9 of them to you in today's video. If you like our videos, feel free to support us with a thumbs up, subscribe to Psychology in Mind, activate the bell for notifications, and get excited for new videos uploaded every day. Number 1. Your good works. The true philanthropists of this world remain anonymous throughout their lives. At most, after their death, generous wills make headlines, and their charitable motives make the rounds publicly. Bragging about good deeds is like undoing them. Only the Pharisees, as a certain Jesus of Nazareth taught us, brag about their demonstrative generosity and fast and pray so loudly that everyone notices. It is not for nothing that they come off so badly in the Bible, and are still regarded as synonymous with hypocrites and people with dishonest intentions. Those who really want to do good put the focus exactly on the deed. As far as telling about it, the score on our karma balance sheet then shifts significantly to our disadvantage, and quite rightly so. Number 2. Family issues. Washing dirty laundry in public was an absolute taboo, even in our grandparents' day, and showed a lack of class. Even if our hearts are overflowing because things are very turbulent and unpleasant within the family at the moment, we should not declare these problems a topic of conversation with strangers. The family is something like a protected area. This is true from the inside, but also from the outside. All members have the right to privacy and the protection of their personal affairs. Apart from the fact that we will soon be shunned like the plague with such narratives, no one wants to get caught between the fronts, and, as we all know, it's a small world. Number 3. Our grudges against other people. Sometimes, circumstances mean we carry ill will in our hearts and not in a format for a reality TV show. The concept of "today I say it all" may be commercially successful, but from a human perspective, this everything must come out tactic does not ennoble us in any way. We should be very careful what we blurt out about other people for several reasons. We can quickly get caught up in our own revenge fantasy. And here again the wise saying applies. What you say about someone else says more about you. Number 4. Your income. Money is not a widespread topic of conversation for a good reason. Everyone thinks they earn too little. Hardly anyone thinks they have it good enough. This circumstance leads to the fact that we are already envious of others when it comes to income. Total transparency and openness are no solution here, unfortunately. After all, the amount of our monthly salary will never fall on neutral ground. It is either much too low in the eye of the beholder, or it breeds resentment. Money is a private matter, and for good reason. Number 5. Our weaknesses. Here, you can make a distinction. Are you talking about charming mishaps that make you more likable and approachable? Or are they real weaknesses that could be shamelessly used against you? If women freely admit to not being able to change tires in a social gathering, this will at best earn them a few more sympathy points, and perhaps even appeal to the stronger sex's protective instinct. But what about real deficits? Should one really talk about a mountain of debt, a pronounced weakness in reading and spelling, or a diagnosis of a serious illness? Unfortunately, We live in a time when compassion comes very far down in the hierarchy of interpersonal emotions. Before that, unfortunately, we have to reckon with envy, resentment, competitiveness, and schadenfreude. We evoke these all too easily when we address our Achilles heel. Number 6, beliefs and religion. Consider for a moment how many wars have been and are still being waged around the world in the name of religion. A person's spiritual beliefs are his or her private business. It's not for nothing that questions about them are absolutely taboo in a job interview. Our beliefs are at least as intimate as our sexuality. Why? Because this subject leaves no room for compromise. Agnostics will never understand how you can believe in good spirits and strong powers that you can't see. Religious fanatics, on the other hand, will be happy with any means to wage war for their cause, even if only verbally and without real weapons. Number 7, your wealth. Even though you might be bursting with pride because you finally paid off your apartment all by yourself and made it your property, keep such things to yourself. This includes the property from your grandparents that will one day be yours, the fancy car in your garage, or your collection of paintings. All these valuables would only attract envious people, or maybe even worse contemporaries. Burglaries and con artists get their information in a considerable number of cases from the victims themselves, who are only too happy to brag publicly about their assets. Number 8, goals and desires. It's a pity, but very few people around us can really be sincerely happy for us. Most would rather give us 100 counter-arguments for our plans than a single encouraging comment. Sometimes it seems we couldn't do a worse crime to our fellow human beings than to develop our own interests. Tell people about your plans, and you get to know their true character. If you can do this without experience, keep your desires to yourself as long as possible. You will also save yourself the embarrassment if the plans fail and turn to dust. Number 9, relationship problems. Last but not least, the same applies to relationship problems as to family members. They should be handled discreetly and not proclaimed in public domain. Among good friends, of course, one dilemma or another can be discussed. Many people are happy to feel that they are no longer all alone with their problems. But you should really be careful here and be very selective when choosing your conversation partners. Today's conclusion: don't trip yourself up. Giving away information in real life can end up like the legendary opening of Pandora's box. You can't undo it, and the damage is often enormous. Most of the time, our careless gossip only falls on our own heads, but collateral damage cannot be ruled out. Confidence is good, but self-control and discretion are sometimes clearly the better choice.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.